Hello everyone, my name is Joe Roseman. I work for Columbia Grain in our Pullman location, and today I'm going to be talking to you about our wheat market update. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys here, and we'll get right into it. So the first slide that I have here is soft white wheat exports year to date. As you can see, it's broken down per country, and China has been a big recipient of a lot of the soft white wheat this year. They've currently bought 6 times more than their amount of soft white wheat from last year. This really helped us a lot, played a crucial role in increasing our export numbers and lowering the carryout that we've been having, or that we would have for the upcoming year. South Korea also came in with a very strong year of exports for us. And then over here on the right-hand side, you'll see total sales of soft white wheat compared to last year. Our current number sits at 227 million bushels. And per the USDA's last report, they had soft white US export numbers at 225 million bushels. So obviously we've already surpassed that number. They will have to increase that number in their next report. Columbia Grain currently is predicting a 240 million bushel export number for the current year. That would be a record and would be at levels we haven't seen since about 1997. When they are around 236 million bushels. So a big year for soft white exports. And now we'll get into those numbers in the balance sheet and how they match up. So total production this year, soft white wheat in the US, big year obviously, 302 million bushels of production, had a big supply. We did have good export numbers, as we've just alluded to. So total carryout USDA is projecting that to be at around 75 million bushels, which is very good, again, considering the large crop that we had. But to get a more accurate number, you need to look at PNW soft white prices or soft white numbers, because that is taking out all the soft white grown in Arizona or Michigan or hard white wheat grown in other places. So looking at that number, the carryout number for soft white in the PNW region is going to be about 33 million bushels. And for an accurate representation, our average is about 60 million bushels in an average year. So you're looking at half the soft white wheat carryout numbers that we usually would have as a security blanket going into the upcoming year. So you're going to see, again, high prices. And if we continue to have good export numbers, you will see elevated prices in soft white wheat. Moving on, we'll now talk about the DNS. DNS, all wheats have had a good year. Obviously, prices are decent, but if there's one wheat that would be lagging behind, it would be DNS this upcoming year. Again, with soft white, you're looking at really low carryout numbers. Same with hard red winter, which we'll show in the next slide. But DNS is about an average year for carryout numbers. 258 million bushels carryout. As a percentage, that's about 42% of what we would use in a given year. And the average is about 44% of what we would use in a given year. So again, you're going to see healthy prices for DNS and a decent carryover, but not the extra bump in prices that we might see with soft white or hard red. And so because of that, if you're a PNW grower that usually looks for a DNS premium of about $1 or so, around that range, that might be eaten into a little bit. You might not get as high of a number of a premium this year, just because there is extra DNS in the US. Moving on, we'll now look at the hard red winter balance sheet. Again, dealing with a tighter carryout number. They had lower production this year, went from 845 million bushels of production to about 660 million bushels. Export numbers were still healthy, and domestic usage as well. So carryout number is going to be about 44% of what we would use in a given year will carry over to the next year, and the average there is about 62%. So again, you're going to have a premium for HRW bushels this year at harvest, and please be looking to contact a CGI marketer for what we can get you for prices this upcoming harvest. Some bullish and bearish sentiment that we have in the wheat markets. You'll see both sides of the coin on both these bullish and bearish sentiments. Obviously, weather you'll see in both columns, both in the US and in the Black Sea. We're not going to know the answer to that question until we get the emergence in the springtime. China has been buying wheat from the US, which has been a strong bullish indicator. But Australia has also had a good crop this year, and so they will look to be aggressively moving that off their shores as well into those markets. And then also the Russia tax. No one can really put a finger on what that's going to do, except for Russian politicians. They could tomorrow release a statement saying that the tax won't be on at harvest time, or they could keep the tax on. And then it's going to be very hard for Russian wheat to be exported, which has left the market kind of wondering where they're going to be getting cheap wheat, because Russia usually supplies the cheapest wheat at harvest time. So where are those buyers going to have to go this year? Can be very interesting for the wheat market moving forward. This next chart here shows the volatility of the soft white basis. Obviously, it goes up and down. You'll see a negative basis number around harvest time we had here. And then before harvest in the May, we got up to $1, and currently we're around 80 cents. So if you're looking for a decent average basis number, 50 to 60 cents, but there will be opportunity for basis numbers to continue to increase. Currently we're around 20 cents for those December HTAs that growers usually have on. So as we get closer to that time period, you'll look to see that basis number increase. And then final thoughts here, target ranges for HTA for December, currently trading around the 630, 670 price range. As of yesterday's close, it was 658 futures price. And again, our new crop basis number is around 20 cents, but you can look to see that become more volatile with each and every day as we get closer. Moving forward, things to consider, again, look for continued demand from China. If they continue to buy, we'll see our prices elevated. Australia will be aggressive with trying to market their crop. Weather obviously always has to be taken into consideration. We still have a ways to go before harvest time. And then again, just looking at where futures are at right now, if you're looking to lock up prices for this upcoming year, with futures around 660 for December, if you lock that in and then you take a 50 to 60 cent basis on average, you're looking at a 720 Portland price minus fees, which would definitely be above the cost of production. So if you're looking to market or get a few sales on the books, this would be the time to lock those numbers in. I want to thank you guys for your time. And again, if you have any questions, please reach out to your local Columbia Grain Marketer, and we'd be happy to take your questions and calls. And thank you guys again for your time, and have a great day.